Well, Donna, with the Liberals now trailing the Tories in several polls, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau is now sharpening his attack on his chief opponent, Erin O'Toole. And Trudeau's main line of attack Friday was to contrast the Liberal vaccine mandate policy.
We'll ensure that everyone 12 or older on a plane or train is fully vaccinated.
With the policy of O'Toole and the Conservatives.
Now, Erin O'Toole has said he would rip up this commitment on vaccines. I think Canadians know that's precisely the wrong choice at the wrong time.
Trudeau took on O'Toole on that score in the first French language leaders debate Thursday night. Liberals were pleased with their leader's strong performance, but Bloc Québécois leader Yves-François Blanchet also had a strong night. And unless the Liberals can steal some of those BQ seats, there really is no path to the majority that the Liberals were hoping for when they called this snap election. Donna.
Okay, David, thanks. The party leaders were tested in a 2-hour French language debate in Quebec last night, a province with some highly contested races. Mike Couteur is traveling with the Conservatives.
Well, Donna, Erin O'Toole's performance in last night's French debate wasn't spectacular, but it also wasn't a repeat of 2019, when then Conservative leader Andrew Scheer fell on his face. Now, in this case, avoiding defeat might be a victory in itself. Avoiding major missteps and playing it safe may sum up the Conservative campaign so far. Often sticking to his insulated studio setup in Ottawa, the Conservative leader has held few rallies across the country. Most have been inside reception halls, safely away from potential protesters. Even while announcing his plan to tackle gang violence, O'Toole appeared Friday in a hotel instead of the streets of Montreal, where there has been a sharp rise in the number of gun crimes this year. Now, one issue that continues to dog O'Toole is his lack of clarity on what he'll do with the daycare deals the Trudeau government inked with a number of provinces before the election, notably Quebec. He has been asked point blank, will he tear up those contracts with the provinces if he's elected Prime Minister? O'Toole continues to be non-committal.
We will deliver for all families support to make sure they have access to childcare wherever they are, and more support for families in the lower incomes. We will also build collaborative relations with the premiers.
Not answering that question could be a problem for the Conservative leader as the party tries to court votes of young families in the final 2 weeks of this campaign. Donna?
All right, Mike, thanks. The NDP leader spent another day in Quebec offering a platform specific to that province, a sign how intent the party is on trying to win more seats in Quebec. Abigail Bimman has a reality check on the NDP's hopes in La Belle Province.
Personalized Punjabi poutine truck in Montreal, a debate, and then day 3, a platform drop in Quebec City.
They want to send a strong message to nationalists in Quebec that, they are not going to centralize everything.
The platform reiterates much of what's in the national plan.
This isn't a plan to respond to Mr. Legault. This is a plan to respond to Quebecers.
But it clearly answers Quebec Premier François Legault's laundry list for those who want to be Prime Minister. Singh is offering more money for immigration and an increase in health transfers.
Our first commitment is to reverse the cuts brought in by Harper that have been maintained by Justin Trudeau.
The strategy to go directly to Quebecers, I think, will pay off, because at the end of the line, I don't think anybody in the streets talks about jurisdictions. They want help for their issues.
In 2019, the NDP lost all but 1 seat in Quebec. A big roadblock was Bill 21, Quebec's law banning religious symbols.
It remains a challenge, of course.
Singh repeatedly dodges the question of how much Bill 21 and racism dogs him 2 years later.
I don't want to make anything about myself.
Stressing voters now know him better and like what they see.
They need to work extra hard to convince those that are willing to consider voting for a man who's wearing a religious symbol.
The party talks about picking up between 4 and 10 seats here. Experts say that's optimistic, but they also point to current positive momentum, and even picking up a couple of seats would be seen as a win, doubling or tripling the party's current standing in the province. Abigail Bimman, Global News, Quebec City.